Good morning, everyone. It's time to feed your soul. Today, we are talking about vulnerability. If you would go with me today to James chapter 4, verse 6, it states, God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. There are so many changes that happens in our life. And with those changes brings out moments of vulnerability. When we lay all our cards out there on the table, and when we actually speak our mind, speak up by letting someone else know how much they really mean to us. But the vulnerability takes one key ingredient: humility. When we humble ourselves, it shows vulnerability. And humility is not an easy pill to swallow. Trust. Isn't it sometimes easier for us to pretend that conflict never happened than to face the fact that we made a mistake and wronged another person? It's not always easy to humble ourselves and fight for the resolution in an argument, especially when it means that we have to admit that we are wrong, or when we have to admit that we failed, or we have to admit that we gave up. We didn't have what it took. We didn't have enough faith. That humility brings out the vulnerable side in each and every last one of us. How are you when you face conflict? Do you avoid apologizing to people? Do you attempt to save face? Do you avoid these people? How do you deal with that? Does your pride get in the way of your vulnerability when you're vulnerable? Or are you willing and ready to humble yourself for the restoration in your relationships? God says that He will give favor and wisdom to the humble. So ask yourself this question: what can you do today to humble yourself for the sake of a restored relationship with God?